So this is a Harmon wood coal boiler with a aquastat up top here, which has a high limit and a low limit. So it just looks at the temperature of the water in there. When it gets too cold, it commands this little motor to open up the damper here to let air in so that your fire gets hotter. When it gets too hot, it obviously closes the damper. And it's also wired to a zone motor. You can see the wool goes up there, and which eventually goes down to the basement to the regular boiler in there. But if it gets too hot and just closing the damper doesn't cool it down enough, it'll turn on that dump zone to take the heat out of the system so it doesn't boil the water in the pipes. You can also see in the back, the hot water coming out is a galvanized pipe, and it's supposed to be that way for like the first 6 feet or so before it goes to copper. It looks like this controller is made by White Rogers. I don't really know anything more about it. And this has been replaced before, and I want to say just this little damper motor piece was like $100. So I'm not sure how much you'd have to pay for both of those pieces. Okay, I'm in the basement now where the gas boilers down here, and those two pipes right here are the ones that actually come from the garage where the wood boiler is. So he's got a circulator pump on here, which is this one, which actually keeps the water circulating from the wood boiler outside through this boiler even though it's not in use. And the reason he does that is if he's not home or something and the fire goes out in the wood boiler, this one can then kick on and pick up and maintain that heat so the house doesn't get cold and there's still hot water. He does have it all valved off so that if he just wants to use the gas boiler down here, he can turn off this valve and open up that valve, and then it'll just be a local loop here and it will take the wood boiler out in the garage out of the system.